So I have been fighting with this starter for the last week, trying to get it to work. AutoZone and O'Reilly's claim it works on the bench test, so I'm going to keep trying some more methods. We got some lemon juice to throw onto some of the connections here. This is the grounding plug for the starter. I was making 100% sure this was a full job. I pulled out every single connection from the battery to the starter and was going to clean up every single one. Instead of using the hand wire brush that I've been using, I got some wire brush attachments for the drill, and they just absolutely eat away at this corrosion. The Walmart drill was really putting in work. I mean, just look at some of these results, guys. That was the battery to chassis cable just now. Now you're looking at the starter to chassis ground cable. And each one of these grounding cables have a bolt that grounds into the chassis, so I made sure each and every one of them was shiny. So there's the ground to the starter again, looking a lot cleaner. We got the ground to the chassis for the battery cleaned up. We got the ground for the starter cleaned up. That just leaves the positive terminal. It was a little hard to remove, so I just left it in the car while I cleaned it up. And then I even cleaned up the two bolts that hold in the starter because they're grounding it to the engine. And with all these connections cleaned up, there should be absolutely no resistance in the line, so the solenoid should be getting full power to run the starter. My only other hope is this KL75 relay, or the ignition relay, which cuts power to the accessories when the engine is cranking to make sure it gets full voltage. It was kind of a bitch to get out of there. You're going to have to use some pins to reach the clips. So after all of that, does the car turn over? So yeah, I've come to the conclusion that the starter simply is not coming out far enough, and the guys at the auto store are not measuring it, so I got a new starter.